What's going on, guys? Murph's YT13 here, and we are back with another Monday Night Raw review. And as always, and I'm getting kind of sick of saying this, we kicked it off with an authority promo. And this was really no different other than every other week, other than the fact that they announced that history would be made tonight when Sting wrestles for the first time ever on Monday Night Raw. And I've got to say, at the time and throughout pretty much the whole, I guess the whole of Sting's run, I haven't been that impressed or excited about anything Sting has done. This had me a little bit excited, and then they let the air out of my lounge room when they said it would be against the Big Show. Okay, you know, the Big Show, I tweeted out earlier that if you book him like nothing, you will get nothing, and as we saw later on in the night, he gets little to no reaction when he comes out. Now, there has to be a better opponent for Sting. However, we'll continue on. We had the Authority promo. They basically said that Seth Rollins will lead the next class of WWE superstars into the future. They pumped his tyres up. As you can imagine, fair enough, whatever. It is what it is. It's another Authority promo to open the show. So, you know, they introduced the next match, the first match, which was the New Day versus the Primetime Players for the tag team titles. Triple H even had a dance and a clap with New Day, so putting them over big time, and very, very well deserved, because they have made chicken salad out of chicken shit, and that is the definition of that. And these guys absolutely rock it. This match, the tag team title match, was sensational. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun. Xavier Woods on the outside with the horn and all of that sort of banter and everything. And then when they won eventually, they were up on the announce table and everybody's behind them, and they're going to be a massive tag team. And we get to look forward now to the Dudleys versus New Day at Night of Champions, and I've got to say, that is honestly one of my most anticipated matches for Night of Champions. This coming Sunday, or it's Monday, it actually airs in Australia, but for everybody else, I think it's Sunday. We then moved on after the tag team match, which was great. We got a stare down, by the way, at the end of the tag team match, and the Dudleys came out and they got a huge reaction, even though they didn't have any music when they came out. The crowd noticed them, and then they started popping really big. The Dudleys are unreal, New Day's unreal, and the match should be a hell of a lot of fun. As I said though, we then moved on. We had Paige versus Sasha Banks. I'm actually really enjoying this little rivalry that they've got going. They actually sort of play off the fact that I guess the whole angle is around that they don't like each other very much, and they always fight sort of scrappy. They don't like to wrestle. They're trying to get across the angle that they really hate each other, that they don't like each other, that one's trying to take the other's spot, and I think that's pretty smart. But this was fine for what it was, but the match was really shortchanged on time again, and I'm so tired of it. I just want these girls to get some time in to have a really, really good match. And I thought the interesting note was the fact that Paige was accompanied by Becky Lynch, but not Charlotte. And I think the number one contender to the Divas title, had she have been out there, things may have turned out differently. But you know, I think this is all leading to Paige turning heel on Charlotte. I've said it a number of times. It didn't happen later on in the night, but I think that's what we're building to. I think, you know, the fact it's a little bit of storytelling, the fact that Charlotte didn't come out because she was preparing for a title match, and the fact that Paige really looked a little bit disgruntled on the outside of the ring during Charlotte's match and things like that. I think this is building towards a Paige turn, which, and pardon the pun, that's absolutely brilliant. I didn't even mean that. But I think we're looking at a Paige turner. Up after that, we then had Miz TV with the Wyatts. Now, none of this, to me, made a hell of a lot of sense, because purely the Wyatts just marched to their own beat. Ray doesn't need an excuse for an interview segment, but, you know, this was okay. I thought the byplay between Miz and Bray at the start was really strange. Miz was sort of making light of being in the ring with them. I would have really liked to see Bray be the one just to throw Miz out of the ring and then take over the segment, throw the chairs out, maybe throw the chairs at him or whatever, and then say something like, we don't need a platform, we take our platform, we own this place, you know, that sort of thing, rather than be a guest. Because I just don't feel like Bray Wyatt is a guest. He's a guy who comes and takes his spot. So for me, that was a little bit strange to me, I guess. You know, tell me what you think in the comments, whether you liked it or not. But for me, it was a little bit strange. There was a few things said, etc. But ultimately, it led to a stare down between the Wyatts and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns took the lead on the mic, which I thought was good, and he did a great job. He was very calm, he was very cool, and, you know, he basically said, you know, you took out Randy Orton, you took out my cousin, you took out my blood, Jay Uso or Jimmy Uso, I can't remember which one it is. You took him out, and you're going to pay for that, so making it personal, again, really great stuff. You know, making it personal, making it a big issue, making it a family issue becomes even bigger, and it makes you care a little bit more about why they're fighting. So I thought Roman Reigns here was fantastic, and he mentioned that he and Dean Ambrose have a partner for Night of Champions, and that we will find out in due course. I know it's been leaked that Baron Corbin, I think the WWE released a photo on their website or somewhere, and it showed Baron Corbin being the third man of the team and being the sixth man to take his place in the match. I honestly hope it's not. I honestly really think it should be Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe would get a huge pop, because you have to think about it in a certain way. You have to think about the fact that not everybody really knows who Baron Corbin is. The casual fan who watches Raw doesn't know who Baron Corbin is, because the casual fan doesn't have the WWE Network. Only us hardcore fans have the WWE Network. And if you don't have the WWE Network and you're not privy to finding NXT on the internet, then you have no idea who Baron Corbin is. So that's not going to mean anything to you. If they unveil Baron Corbin, I'm fearing that there will be crickets, that nobody will know who this guy is. He's going to look impressive. I think aesthetically, he looks great as a third member of Ambrose and Reigns' faction, whatever you want to call it, the Brotherhood. I think he would look the part, but I think if you really want to make a big reaction come Night of Champions, I think you roll out Samoa Joe and you play off the fact that he's Samoan and that Roman's Samoan. Up next, we had John Cena versus Sheamus, and I wasn't excited for this match because it's John Cena, it's Sheamus, two guys that we've seen a million times before. But this was absolutely fantastic, and really, I should never have doubted it. The match was great. They told a good story, and it's one of those things with Sheamus. He's around the mark, but to me, he's not that guy. And the fact that he could be very shortly cashing in Money in the Bank really upsets me for some reason. I just cannot see that guy being WWE champion. But this match was fantastic. John Cena got a win over Sheamus, but both men looked great. Sheamus didn't lose anything for it, and Sheamus losing again. As I said, he doesn't lose anything, and in this case, he lost to the company's biggest star. So what do you expect? And John Cena's in a big position. I don't think Sheamus has a match. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Sheamus has a match for Night of Champions yet. So it'll be interesting. He's gonna be looming as a big shadow over that main event for sure. Up after Cena and Sheamus, we had Ryback and Kevin Owens in the ring in a promo battle. I loved this. I thought this was great. I honestly did. I thought this was fantastic. Ryback with his fucking Elvis impersonation. I thought that was really awkward. The crowd didn't react at all, and everybody's sort of thinking, okay, we get it. Elvis, the whole connection, whatever. It's their hometown. I mean, it was silly, but I liked that Kevin Owens interrupted him quickly and really came out. He had the secret in his hand, the book. He started tearing out pages and ripping it up and throwing it at Ryback, getting in his face. These two are going to tear it down. These two are going to tear it down. Mark my words. Kevin Owens can work with absolutely anybody, and these two are going to absolutely tear the house down at Night of Champions. After that, we had Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus Cosmic Wasteland. This was really confusing, because it seemed like we were going to get a match, but we didn't get a match. We just got a schmoz, and the pre-show has been booked now. Apparently, it's going to be these 6 guys going toe-to-toe in the pre-show. It is what it is. I was excited for the... I was excited for the Cody Rhodes, the Stardust and Neville program. We had the Stephen and Mel stuff, which was cool. So, you know, they're going to have a good match. I would like to see them one-on-one more, but I just get the feeling that the WWE doesn't trust them one-on-one, doesn't think that they can carry a one-on-one match on a big show like Night of Champions. Anyway, we moved on to the Divas Championship match, Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. This blew Twitter up because of the finish. Now, at the time, I said I didn't like the finish. I thought it was stupid. I thought they could have done so much more. I was an advocate for Charlotte winning the title. But after simmering down and thinking about it, I thought this was actually brilliant, because they were always going to break AJ Lee's record. They don't want AJ Lee in the history books. They don't want the memory of CM Punk anywhere near the company now. They're done with him. They're done with her. They've erased her now. Nikki Bella has broken the streak, the title reign, whatever. She's got fucking Bellatron. She's going to have a Bellabration on SmackDown. All of this sort of thing. This served a really good purpose to get Nikki Bella great heat, I thought. The crowd was... and people are genuinely angry. People genuinely want to see Nikki Bella lose. So, she's doing her job. The WWE have booked it. It's Pro Wrestling 101. They've actually used Raw to further a storyline to get people interested to want to watch a big show and a big match. It's brilliant. When you think about it, it's absolutely brilliant. So, everybody is so desperate to see Charlotte beat Nikki Bella. She'll probably do it at Night of Champions. She'll probably do it at some stage. So, I thought it was absolutely brilliant what they've done. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the match. I really am. I really am looking forward to the match. So, yeah, bring it on. Bring on the Divas. After that, we had Cesaro versus Rusev. And, yeah, we had the continuation of Days of Our Lives, essentially. So, look, this was good. You know, Cesaro being almost an afterthought after this match was a little bit disappointing. I want to see him in a more meaningful feud, but, you know, I've said that every week. I won't go there. Basically, what happened is Dolph Ziggler came down to the ring with a little present for Summer. They're basically playing off the fact that Dolph Ziggler and Summer is having some sort of relationship or something. Dolph bought her a present. Rusev lost the match because he was distracted. Yada, yada, yada. I really want to see this end. It has to end very shortly. Surely Night of Champions is the blow-off. I don't care what happens. You know, if Lana returns and screws Dolph over because she's angry, whatever, let's just kill it. Let's end it. And it cut to backstage. Rusev was going absolutely berserk backstage. And Summer went in there after she'd opened up the present. She seemed pleased with it. So there's something going on there, but it's not enough for me to care. We then moved on to Sting versus The Big Show, which I think went for about maybe a minute, and then we got a tag match because Rollins just came down and interfered in the match. So with Charlotte and Nikki Bella, the match wasn't able to be restarted or anything like that, but with this, which essentially had the exact same finish, it wasn't able to happen. So that didn't really make any sense. But, you know, it is what it is. Sting, you don't want to give away a full Sting match on TV. But as for pumping it up as his first match ever on Raw, it wasn't really a match. I guess it was in the end because he was in a tag match, but they pumped it up as a singles match. But, you know, whatever. This was all right. I mean, it was a good way to the match itself. The quality wasn't anything special. It was Cena's second match for the night, and you know, and Rollins and Big Show and you know that whatever. It was good to see Sting rolling around in a WWE ring, but it just didn't feel as special as it should to me. The whole thing hasn't felt as anywhere near as special as it should. But the finish, I thought, was excellent. It proved to Rollins just how much of a threat that Sting is, and you know, he tapped out to the sharpshooter. It's not the sharpshooter, it's the Scorpion Deathlock. He taps out to that. You know, fair enough, great. And overall, I guess I'm looking forward to Night of Champions. But yeah, you know, it was good. It was good because it built to the eventual Night of Champions doubleheader that Seth Rollins has got to face, and he's really realizing now just how big of a task he's got. But overall, I thought it was a really good show. I thought Monday Night Raw, I'd give it a pass probably overall. It furthered storylines. It's set up a number of matches for the card on Sunday, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. I have that day off work, so I'll be able to watch Night of Champions. So be sure to hit me up on Twitter at MurphsYT13 to live tweet me during the event, and we can have some fun. So yeah, that's it, guys. Monday Night Raw, not a ton to really get excited about, but overall a pretty solid show, pretty solid go-home show. We got Sting's first ever match on Monday Night Raw. We got Nikki Bella breaking AJ Lee's record. We got the New Day holding on to their titles and setting up a showdown with the Dudley Boys. So I guess you can't really complain after 3 hours of Raw that seemed to go by pretty quick. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy, and I'm pretty positive going into Night of Champions. I haven't watched SmackDown for about 3 or 4 years, but I wouldn't mind maybe checking that out just to see what they do there. Check out the Bellabration and that sort of thing. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new. But for MurphsYT13, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.